The other day, I had someone come in with a retirement plan that they built using AI. They asked a very simple question: does this work? And honestly, at first glance, it looked pretty good. But when I actually tested it, that's where things started to break. So today, I want to walk you through exactly what happened because this is something I am seeing more and more of. Now, I even recreated a very similar scenario just to show you how it all plays out. I gave AI a very simple prompt to create an optimized, comprehensive retirement income plan for a Canadian couple. They're 60 years old, they have $950,000 saved, no debt, and they're planning to retire in 2 years. Now, within seconds, AI built me a full retirement plan, an income strategy, a withdrawal plan, a tax strategy, even when to take CPP and OAS. Now, at first glance, it actually looks pretty good. The numbers make sense, the structure is clean, the recommendations feel reasonable. And honestly, if someone sent this to you, you'd probably feel pretty confident about it. But there's something major missing in this plan that could completely change the outcome of your retirement. Because at first glance, this plan appears to work, but when you actually test it, it doesn't. And it gets even more interesting after that because when I challenged AI on it, it didn't fix the problem right away. It defended it. Now, we're going to come back to that in a second, but first, let's walk through what it actually built. Now, Mark and Lisa, they decide that they want to retire at age 62. They've got $950,000 saved across their RSPs, TFSAs, and non-registered accounts. And they want to spend approximately $75,000 a year after tax. Now, it's simple, it's clear, it's realistic. Now, from age 62 to 65, AI recommends living off their investments, which makes a lot of sense because CPP and OAS haven't started yet. So the plan has them drawing mostly from their non-registered accounts and even taking some money out of their RSPs earlier on. And that's actually a pretty smart move because drawing from their RSPs early can help reduce taxes later, especially once those mandatory withdrawals start in their 70s. Then at age 65, government benefits kick in: CPP, old age security. Now, something very important happens because instead of needing now the full $75,000 from their portfolio, they only need about $30,000 a year from their investments, which for a portfolio of this size feels pretty manageable. Now, it also lays out a very clean withdrawal strategy. Non-registered first, then RSPs, and then leave your TFSAs for later. It even suggested a balanced portfolio, about 50 or 60% in equities and the rest in fixed income. So when you step back and you look at this, everything checks out. Nothing feels aggressive, nothing feels unrealistic. It's the kind of plan that most people would feel very comfortable following. And to be clear, there's a lot in here that is right. But remember what we said earlier. On paper, it looks good. But there's a big difference between a plan that looks good and a plan that actually holds up over time. Because the moment you start testing this, that's where things change. Now, I ran the numbers and something didn't add up. And so I took this exact plan, I ran it through my planning software, not with just a rough estimate, but with a full projection. Year by year income, withdrawals, taxes, everything mapped out. Because that's the difference between something that looks right and something that's actually been tested. And here's what it came back with. The plan didn't work. It came in at 93% success rate. Now, at first, that might sound okay, but in retirement planning, that's not good enough. Because what that actually means is that they run out of money about 5 years before the end of their plan, and that's if everything goes right. Now, on the surface, this looked like a solid, well-structured plan, but beneath, it quietly falls apart. And this is where it gets uncomfortable because nothing in the original plan actually told you that. There was no warning, no indication of risk, no sign that things might not hold up long term. It just gave a clean, confident answer. And that's what makes this dangerous because when something is presented clearly, logically, and confidently, we tend to trust it. But retirement planning isn't about just sounding right. It's about being right over 30 years. So naturally, I went back to AI and I told it exactly what I found. And this is where things get really interesting. Now, I said, I ran this plan through my software and it doesn't work. Now, you'd expect it to say, okay, let's fix it. But that's not what happened. Instead, it pushed back. It told me maybe the assumptions were different. Maybe the projections weren't aligned. Maybe the software I was using wasn't accurate. So in other words, it was defending the plan that it created, even though the plan didn't actually work. Now, this is where most people would just stop because the answer sounds right. It feels logical, it's delivered confidently, so we trust it. But I kept pushing. It finally came back with this. It said, yes, your software is doing exactly what a good planning tool should do. And this plan, as stated, is not sustainable under realistic conditions. And that's the moment where everything clicks. Because you're not just looking at a small mistake here, you're seeing how easy it is to get a confident answer that isn't actually complete. And more importantly, how easy it is just to accept without actually questioning. Now, even if the AI plan was accurate, retirement planning isn't just about math, it's layered. First, there's no real margin for error. The AI plan assumes things are going to go relatively smoothly. Markets behave, inflation stays controlled, life follows the script. But retirement doesn't work like that. What actually matters is what happens when things don't go perfectly. For example, what if the markets drop early in retirement? Now you're pulling income from a declining portfolio, and that puts pressure on the plan right away. And that impact compounds over time. AI doesn't show you that. Second, there's no real tax strategy over time. Yes, it did mention drawing from an RSP early, which is good, but it doesn't actually optimize. How much do you take each year? How does that affect future tax brackets? How does it impact things like OAS clawbacks? And those decisions can completely change the outcome of a plan. Third, there's no flexibility built in. Real retirement isn't a straight line. Spending changes, life changes, priorities shift. Some years you'll spend more, some years you'll pull back. A real plan changes with you, and this one doesn't. And finally, there's no talk about behavior in this plan. And might be probably one of the biggest gaps of all because the biggest risk in retirement isn't always the market, it's how people respond to it. What happens if the markets drop and you get nervous? What happens if you start second guessing the plan? What happens when you feel like you're running out of money? If technically maybe you're not. This plan doesn't prepare you for that. But retirement isn't just about having an answer, it's about having a plan that you can actually live with. So what should you actually do? Because I don't want you walking away from this thinking, well, I guess nothing works. And that's not the takeaway here. The takeaway is that a real retirement plan isn't a number, and it's not a one-time answer. It's a process. And it starts by just asking better questions, not how much do I need, but what kind of life do I actually want to live? Because that drives everything. And from there, you build the plan around the life that you want to live, about how much you want to spend earlier on when you're active, when you're traveling, when you're doing the things that you've been putting off. Now, what does life look like later when things start to slow down a bit? And eventually, what do you want things to look like in later years? Because most plans don't break it down like that. They just assume that there's just one flat number for 30 years. And that's not how people actually live. When you layer in income, like CPP, old age security, pensions if you have them, and now you start asking better questions like, when should we actually start taking these? Because that decision alone can completely change your outcome. Then comes the part that most people overlook. Now, how do you actually draw from your investments? Not just where the money sits, but how it comes out over time. Because that's where taxes get created or avoided. That's where government benefits can be protected. And that's where long-term sustainability is built. And finally, you test the plan. Not just once, but over and over again. What if markets drop early? What if inflation runs higher? What if you live longer than expected? Because the goal isn't just to find a plan that works perfectly, it's to find one that still works when things don't go perfectly. And that's what gives you real confidence. Not a number, but knowing your plan can actually handle real life. And this is exactly why I wanted to share this video with you today, because this isn't just theoretical anymore. This is already happening. People are using AI to build their retirement plans and then asking, is this actually going to work? And the truth is, AI can be incredibly helpful. It can help organize ideas. It can give you a starting point. It can even point you in the right direction, but it doesn't validate the outcome. It doesn't stress test the plan. And it doesn't tell you what happens when things don't go perfectly. And that part, well, that still matters. And that's how I think AI should be used going forward. Not to replace planning, but to improve it, to help you think better, to ask better questions, and to build a more thoughtful plan. And that's exactly what I've been working on behind the scenes. A retirement planning program where AI is part of the process, not just to give you answers, but to guide you through building your own plan step by step, to help you understand the decisions that you're making and the trade-offs that come with them. Because at the end of the day, retirement isn't just about getting a quick answer. It's about building something that you actually understand and feeling confident living. Now, if that's something that you're interested in, I'll leave a link below where you can join our program. And if nothing else, I hope this video gave you pause and a different way to think about your own plan. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.